3. Oh, what's that spell?
3-0.
30.
30.
It's episode 30.
Why are you always clapping your knees and your chest every morning like this?
Well, if you don't wake up powerful, you never wake up at all. Once I get those done, I'm ready to start my day. And right now, I'm feeling like I'm ready to start a podcast. Whoa, would you look at that? Science experiment. If you recognize experiments like this in your science classroom because you're a child under the age of 18, you got to get the hell on out of here. This is the Last Two Brain Cells podcast, a podcast for strong and smart and brave adults, unlike you stupid kids. Get out of here.
Last two brain cells, last two brain cells, last two brain cells, last two brain cells.
Welcome to the Last Two Brain Cells. We are two ketamine addicts named...
I stop at beer and weed. My name is Austin.
And I'm Donovan, and today... Fuck, what day is today?
Today is a really important day. It's the 30th episode on August 15th, 2024.
Alright, it's August 15th, 2024. I'm pretty sure. This is episode number 30, I'm positive. And here's a sneak peek at what's to come.
There's a limit to delusionality that is acceptable, because at a point it can become dangerous. Watch out. So you're gonna want to watch out.
Yep, so, that looks so foamy and delicious.
Doesn't this look good?
Why does it look better in a bowl than it does in the glass?
I'm pouring my Old English in a big blue popcorn bowl, and it's looking frostier than Big Bear Mountain in February.
I never wanted to stick my fingers in something more.
I want to bathe in this. Like I did once in 3rd grade. I groaked on it. It was gripping in my throat. I was choking. I was alone. I had no one to yell for help. I couldn't yell for help. I just kind of rammed my belly into the side of my bed until that thing came back up.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Woo-wee! What a time to be alive. I cannot believe we've made it to episode 30, brother.
Yeah, we had to say it, had to get it out of the way. But there's more than just being episode 30.
Yeah, well, we're both 30 years old.
We're both 30. And also, video watchers, close your eyes. Audio listeners, do whatever you want. This is a challenge. Where are we right now? Are we in the studio? Or are we in our backyard?
We're in our backyard. Surprise, gotcha.
Eyes.
Open your eyes. We're in our backyard. And for the 30th episode, we thought we'd do something a little explosive and exciting. If you're a video watcher, you can see that we currently have our famous podcasting and my streaming desk of the past 3 years. Now, this desk was originally found for free in a small, tiny-ass room, and I makeshift made it into a desk for myself. But today, this desk has served its duty. It's on the 30th episode, and it's falling a damn part. So, at the end of this episode, we might go ahead and crack this bad boy open with what we call an axe. So this is the last time you'll ever see this beautiful Last Two Brain Cells desk. And it's gonna sound really good for you audio listeners too. You're gonna hear the sound of lumberjacks lumberjacking it off.
Yeah, I love lumberjacking off with my boys in the backyard.
Whatever I meant to say. It sounded pretty cool to me.
Hey, fun fact on the top here.
Whoa.
You know Merriam-Webster?
Yeah, according to Merriam-Webster.
Everybody loves that guy.
Oh, my favorite.
Did you know that he kind of created everything to do with American English?
What?
Today we know him for the dictionary.
Oh, his dictionary.
But before that, he actually had the most popular book in America before, just under the Bible.
Okay, I was going to say the Bible. Yeah. Under the Bible too?
And it's called something like the Blue-Backed Speller. I might do a full breakdown of this at a future episode.
I'd love to hear it.
But I just wanted to bring up, I was reading about this recently, and the word axe.
Ooh.
How do you spell axe?
It's A-X-E.
Or is it A-X? In American English, it's A-X.
Well,
Again,
that changes everything for me.
That's due to Merriam-Webster.
Fucking Merriam-Webster changing the game every time. And starting everyone's college freshman orientation speech class with, according to Merriam-Webster, he's provided a lot of content for a lot of people trying to give half-ass speeches.
Yeah, no, he's actually had a profound influence on our speaking. Modern English is Merriam-Webster.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I feel like I want to, beat him. I want to, make better, cooler English. We got to change the whole vernacular just to spite this guy.
Be the change you wish to see in the world.
Did Merriam-Webster say that?
No.
Who said that?
I think Gandhi.
I think it was Gandhi. Yeah.
Yeah, but he did some weird stuff.
He was bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are out here currently live in Austin, Texas. It is an actual 101 degrees in the backyard, and we are sweating, we are toasting away, but let me just say, I am thrilled for today's episode. This is a historic episode. We are on episode 30 of the Last Two Brain Cells podcast. This has been a journey of the century, a delight to be able to create this with my best buddy, and thank you for being on this journey with us. Today we're going to celebrate a little, we're going to learn a lot, and we're going to love extra hard.
That's right. This is a history-themed episode, so if you know anything about me, you know I fuck with history. And so I got some stuff I've been sitting on for so many episodes, and finally I have permission to just let it out, and you're going to hear about it.
We had the episode where I got the theme park pass, where I got to talk about theme parks as much as I wanted. Today I want to offer you the history tablet. You can say as many history things as you want.
This tablet is the most valuable possession in my life, and it's not even real.
Wow, that's so cool. That's my favorite type of possession.
The imaginary one?
Imaginary scams, my favorite.
Did you ever have an imaginary friend?
Nope, I really wanted to, but I was such a strong believer in truly believing that I couldn't do it. I had to stop at Santa Claus, and I knew the Easter Bunny was up there. I really did want to believe in the Tooth Fairy, but I couldn't force myself to believe in an imaginary friend because it felt like unscientific.
You're like, there's no, if I'm making this up, there's no way it's real.
Someone else tells me it's made up, maybe there's something there, but if I'm making this shit up, I know darn tootin' well that my imaginary friend's not real. So I just talk to all my stuffed animals like a regular child.
It is strange that we encourage children to just be delusional. We encourage children to just trip the fuck out and be like, yo, you see that guy in the room? That's your buddy.
Yeah, I would actually encourage more adults to work on their delusionality. I think it's kind of a superpower.
Interesting. I think so, but it's there's a limit.
There's a limit to delusionality that is acceptable. Because at a point, it can become dangerous. Watch out. So you're gonna want to watch out.
All right, boys and girls. And by that I mean all of fully grown adults listening and watching.
No kids.
We have lives. Austin
have lives.
And myself.
That's true. Believe it or not.
I'm going to be moving pretty much permanently to Europe. I'm in the process right now of selling all my shits, getting rid of it, just downsizing to the nth degree. And I'm going to fly in about 6 days to Albania.
R.I.P.
And say peace to the Middle East, a.k.a. Austin, Texas.
Wow, it's crazy out here. We're going to miss you a lot.
I'm going to miss you, man. Really.
Yeah.
And
in selling all your stuff, that's one of the reasons I'm destroying this desk, because I'm getting your desk, and it's a beautiful desk.
That's
but
right.
You still have a lot more things to get rid of.
That's right. And I just want to say, I can't do this indefinitely. I can't do this for free. This isn't a fucking charity case.
Damn,
okay?
He's saying it.
We're here because we want to pay our bills.
We're bill payers.
All right. We're not simple, just free entertainers just to speak into the ether and wilt away due to starvation. No, we're here. We're grinding.
Yeah.
Nose to the grindstone.
Yeah. People only like Picasso after he died. We don't have to die for you to like us.
We don't have the luxury of an early death. All right. We're 30.
We're 30 now. We can't die young.
So if you want to help us continue to put this show on the road and also not die at the same time, which that's our dream.
That's our dream.
Then it would actually mean the world if you join the Patreon.
Huge.
We have content on there that you are gonna freaking love.
For less than a cup of coffee every month, you can support your boys who will drink more than a cup of coffee every episode. This coffee that I'm sniffing right now, it smells like it was bought by a Slimer.
Ooh, I'm gonna go get my 40 ounce, which is currently in the freezer, and if I leave it any longer, it might explode.
That got to you from a lucky listener.
And that was a lucky listener.
Amen. But yeah, help us out if you can. No pressure, no worries. Please take care of yourself before you take care of the pod. But at the end of the day, we are trying to do this for a dang living. So, patreon.com/LTBC. We're doing our best, and thank you for helping us do what we do out here, because we love doing it.
For real, your support would mean quite a lot, and does mean quite a lot. Thank you to all those who have already subscribed. I'm going to go get that 40 ounce before it explodes.
Dude.
But before I do, I'm just going to sing a little song, and let's hear your greatest pitch for joining the Patreon, because we got a lot of good stuff on there.
Oh, yeah?
3, a 2, a 1. In the arms.
Hey, everybody. Do you like when two guys drink a lot of beer for your entertainment? There it is. If you want to keep this show on the road and we can eat more Del Taco and Taco Cabana and Taco Bell and more variety in our diet, make sure you subscribe to patreon.com/L2BC. Without your help, we're fucked. We're, as the kids say, fully cooked. Thank you for your contribution.
Thanks for your contribution.
In the arms of your mother, she is kind to me. In the arms of your father,
The really cool thing about doing this episode outside,
You can
is,
spill.
1, I could talk loud, and we feel wild. 2, aren't you just happier outside?
Yeah, I'm happier outside. I'm currently standing up. I have my squat, my hands on my knees like I'm a baseball umpire, ready to yell, "Steer!"
Dude, doing an episode outside, standing up, drinking 40s.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good way to celebrate 30. Everyone says that your life begins at 30, and I think we're just getting started, baby.
Yeah, and there's a valuable lesson that I've learned in my 30 years of life thus far, and that's there are no rules, right? You could stand up when you record.
Yep.
You could hold an axe and a 40 at the same time.
Uh-huh.
And you could even hand that axe to your best
To your
homie,
pal.
so you can open your 40 ounce with it and not cut your dick off. All right? Oh!
That scared the hell out of me.
We sabered it with an axe.
Audio listeners, I just used the top of this axe to pop open Donovan's bottle by the glass, not by the thing. And a small piece of microglass came and got about a centimeter from my right eyeball.
Really?
Which, let me tell you, this would be that'd be a pretty cool way to become a pirate.
That thing exploded.
Yeah, that was really cool. So now you know that this axe is real. You gotta watch out. We're gonna have a very crazy episode. This isn't the last time we're using the axe.
All right, I'm gonna go filter this.
You want to put it in this coffee?
Well, no, I don't want to get glass and all that.
Oh yeah, I did get. That was really close to my eyeball.
Damn, I want to see the
Yeah.
instant replay on that because that exploded.
It was terrifying.
All right, don't worry, guys. I figured out the science here.
I'm figuring out the axe.
What do I got here, Austin?
Okay, so Donovan just brought out. Okay, now this is a mystery to me. Oh, it's all coming together. So for those who can't see, Donovan has brought out our best pot for making soup and a strainer. Now, I think what he's going to do is strain this 40 ounce through the pasta strainer into the bowl to get rid of all the micro glass.
Yep, because here's what I reckon. If there's glass that's small enough, that's smaller than a piece of pasta, that can get through these little holes, then it's probably fine to drink that.
Yeah.
If it's bigger than a piece of pasta, you shouldn't drink the glass.
David Blaine eats glass for magic.
Yeah, and look, I'm no David Blaine.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, that's the sweetest thing you ever done
You
said.
sure are, brother.
All right, well, I think I got my 40 ounce in this pot, and it's looking real tasty.
That looks distilled.
it's twice filtered.
Fully decanted. Is it yummy? Sipping it right out of the bowl,
It's
the
good.
pasta bowl. I mean, by that I mean the pot.
You never drink your 40 ounce out of a soup pot?
I want to. I'm jealous.
You ain't living right.
I'm just jealous.
Go get yourself a pot, bro.
All right, I'll get myself a pot too.
Get yourself a pot.
Hold on now. All right, so I couldn't find a pot, but I got this nice popcorn bowl.
All right.
This giant blue bowl of popcorn, I think, would hold a really good Old English. And that also leads into our first segment of the day because, reminder, we are a segment-based podcast. Are you ready for a little bit of Old English?
Woo! that's a broken
Pretty cool
ass
intro.
Yeah.
Pretty cool intro.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Spaghetti.
Tell me when it starts.
3, 2, 1,
Ooh.
go.
All right, time to pour my Old English and learn about some Old English. What segment of the week is this, Donovan?
This is going to be one of my favorites with a little twist. It's going to be kind of like Urban Dictionary etymology time, except this is Old English etymology time.
While we drink Old English.
Urban Dictionary Etymology Time.
Yep, so, that looks so foamy and delicious.
Doesn't this look good?
Why does it look better in a bowl than it does in the glass?
I'm pouring my Old English in a big blue popcorn bowl, and it's looking frostier than Big Bear Mountain in February.
I never wanted to stick my fingers in something more.
I want to bathe in this.
Absolutely. So, all right, I've curated a collection of real interesting words. We're going to walk through them. All right, oh my, he just threw that thing again. And you go ahead and give me your best guess at the definition.
Okay, can do. Easy game.
All right, and guaranteed, these are all real words, and you could use these day to day. In fact, I recommend it.
Don't worry, I'm an etymologist.
All right. What is the definition of etymologist, Austin?
Etymologist is someone who studies the etymology. Got 'em, coach. Etymology being the history of words and language and the origins of speech. And I'll have you know, my vernacular is palatial.
What? You know what? I give that an A+.
Thank you.
All right. Our first word. You ready?
Easy.
Frobly-Mobly.
There's no fucking shot. That's something you made up this morning in the shower.
I swear to God, it's a real word from the 18th century.
Wow. Frobly-Mobly?
Yep.
Wow, Frobly-Mobly. I immediately think of like frog mobs, like mobs of frogs doing
Frog
their
mob.
thing. But I also could see it, you know, back in the day, according to history, it used to rain cats and dogs and sometimes frogs. And sometimes I feel like you could look up at the sky and say, ooh, it's looking a little Frobly-Mobly up there. And it means you don't really know what's coming.
That's incredibly close. Not bad.
Thank you. Etymology expert. I watched Hot for Words growing up.
What's that
A
again?
really good YouTube channel.
Oh, is that a hot girl?
It was but she was the first hot girl to make learning fun.
There's a lot of value to being the first to do something.
She was an icon.
Yeah.
Is an icon.
And now you might say the hot girl space is overly saturated online these days, but I would say then your eyes are closed for lack of opportunity in your mind, because there are plenty of hot girls who could be swinging axes at milk.
That's true. I think that there's room for everybody on the internet. The pool's big and come on in.
Yeah, but most specifically hot girls.
I mean, the pool does only get hotter.
Indeed. All right, you ready for the second word?
Yeah, I got the first one, right?
I didn't even tell you. No, shit. All right.
That's pretty Frobly-Mobly of you.
All right, so the real definition of Frobly-Mobly
Yes.
is indifferently well, basically meh. Like,
Eh.
if you're Frobly-Mobly, it's like, I'm all right, I'm decent.
Like, I think today we're going to have a better than Frobly-Mobly episode.
I hope so.
Sure hope so.
All right, second word is Fudgel.
Fudgel sounds like an iPhone app for making chocolate.
It's oh, you got a little 40-ounce mustache, don't you?
Yeah, I think, you know, back in the day, we used to grow up in elementary school with having celebrities on the wall with milk mustaches. You got your Britney Spears, your NSYNC, your Backstreet Boys, maybe an Aaron Carter milk mustache. I think it's about time to put us in colleges, really make the level up and advertise for big beer. And we can have beer mustaches on the walls of college classrooms.
Yeah, you know what? I heard through the grapevine that it's actually beer that makes your bones stronger, not milk.
Yeah, beer helps you pay attention.
Yeah, big milk has reigned for too long.
Yeah, I was always a big milk guy growing up, but once I learned that turns out it's kind of a facade.
Yep.
I was heartbroken. I felt betrayed more than when I found out like the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus weren't as, you know, imaginary friend as I wanted them to be.
Yep. They say it was some a couple of very kinky cows that came up with this whole fraudulent scheme
Ooh.
to sell us milk.
Ooh, sneaky.
Yeah, they just like getting squeezed.
Ooh, they want, hey, I think milk's good for you. Come on over here, Mr.
Yeah.
Farmer.
We're on to you, big cows. Listen, cows is to Joe Rogan as we are to beer, and we're coming for you.
Yeah. We're coming somewhere.
We're coming all the time. When's the last time you came? Be honest. 3,
Probably
2
2 nights ago.
I think me too.
Wow. So
High five.
we synced our cycles.
We always come at the same time.
That's beautiful.
All right, you ready for the second word?
Yep.
It's Fudgel.
Fudgel. So fudgel is when you really are having a hard time fitting something into its necessary slot, so you got to fudgel it in.
I like that.
Like, this book is not fitting between my bookends. Baby, can you fudgel it in?
Or, you know, baby, I want to fudgel it in between your bookends.
Whoa,
tonight.
whoa. And that's fine. God says putting it in the butt is fine.
Yeah, oh baby, I'm gonna Frobly-Mobly.
We're not married. And they say, all right, bookends then, I guess.
It's the bookends every night, hun. I'm getting tired of these bookends.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hold on. I think I need a spoon for this.
hey, can you get me one too? Give me a spoon.
Now that we've got the necessary devices to slurp our beers from our areas, what's the third word?
So, well, first, the definition of fudgel is to pretend to work without actually doing anything.
That I've been fudgeling my whole damned life.
I was gonna say, we got the fudgel expert in the house.
They call me the fudgler.
The fudgler.
Yeah. I'm quite a fudgler.
My spoon spilled a little bit of 40 ounce on my microphone, and now I'm a little bit scared.
It's okay. You can be all right. It's better than pouring a beer on your computer.
And do you want to relate the story from a couple days ago?
Yeah, friends, we were trying to record a podcast episode in my room the other day, and we had a friend come over, and it turns out we ended up getting a White Claw on my PC. So that bad boy is doing the old sit in the living room and dry off technique. And we'll see if I'm allowed to have a computer or not. We're going to find out.
Hey, I say if it turns on, you're the lucky listener.
I'm the lucky listener of the week.
And listen, can we shout out to Dylan? All right, we love you, brother. It ain't
We love
nobody's
you.
fault.
Ain't no problem. I'm a big spiller. I get it. It's all good. And he took responsibility right away, said, I'm sorry, big mistake. And I said, it ain't nothing. We all right.
Absolutely.
We gonna be okay.
That man's Mr. Accountability.
Yeah, that's right. As Rocky Powell says on Story Time with Rocky Powell, he's our responsible friend.
You know, that's true.
That's true. Shout out to Rocky
I never
Powell.
thought about it that way, but Rocky was right. Dylan is quite the responsible lad. Actually, Mr. Responsibility.
Yep. This broth sure is toasty.
Isn't it better with the spoon?
I like this a lot better with a spoon.
Something about it.
All right, Mr. Old English, do you got a third word for me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I dropped my spoon in the soup. I got it.
It's so creamy. Why is yours creamier than mine?
I gotta stir it.
Oh, you're stirring it? All right. The third word is groak.
Groak. Oh, man, that's when I'm like grasping on something with my throat and I choke on it.
Oh.
I groak on it.
Yeah?
Like if you're trying to swallow a frozen grape whole, like I did once in 3rd grade, I groaked on it. It was gripping in my throat. I was choking. I was alone. I had no one to yell for help. I couldn't yell for help. I just like kind of rammed my belly into the side of my bed until that thing came back up.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait, you Heimlich maneuvered yourself to life?
I didn't know it was a Heimlich maneuver. I was just slamming my belly into my bed.
You instinctively, you had no idea?
I figured it was stuck in there and it's not going to get unstuck any other way, so I started just like body slamming myself.
You know, hats off to your little self-preservation instincts, because that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I either would have died or the frozen grape would have unfrozen time.
I don't think it's going to help if it unfreezes. You just
My throat was probably real hot.
I think grapes are like one of the #1 choking items.
Yeah, it was pretty scary.
Damn.
But you know what? I live to tell the tale, and that's all that matters.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I guess so.
So that's when I groaked on a grape.
Yeah.
But what is a groak?
Well, that's a good guess. But the actual definition is to look at someone while they're eating and hope that they'll give you some food.
Oh, Mr. Cat groaks at me all the time. Mm-hmm. He's a groaker.
Or it's like when you're with the homies and you're like, hey, you guys want any food? And then they're like, no. And then the french fries come and they be groaking you for those fries the whole time. And you're like, dude, this is so annoying. You could have just communicated earlier.
When you order 1 bag of chips, the Taco Bell, but it turns out the car wanted 2 bags of chips without asking.
Yep.
You know what? I get it. I'm a friendly groak sharer. If anyone's groaking at me, I like to share. Because sometimes, I'll admit it, I'm a groaker too.
We all, you know, I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a late night groaker. We all groak at times.
Amen.
Yeah, but if we can limit our groaks to when we absolutely need it, then I think we're more likely to get the food.
If you want a groak of my soup bowl here filled with Old English, you can have some.
You know, I'm not groaking right now.
I'm enjoying watching your eyeballs panic as I say that, because you considered it for a quick second, and then immediately I saw it shut down.
No, I mean, I considered it.
You sure did.
But I'm not groaking for that. I'm admiring the creaminess.
Mine's extra creamy.
Yeah. So, anywho, that's groak. The next word, the last one, and my favorite, is Cacoëthes.
Cacoëthes?
Yep.
That feels like cock ethics. Like you're going to philosophy school, but you're learning what to do with your parts.
Okay.
And it's like, well, according to cock ethics, it needs to wait 45 minutes before going swimming again. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
What's the first rule of cock ethics?
Keep it in your trousers.
Nah, that's 101.
That's 101.
I would love to be a cock ethics professor.
I think you already taught me most things I needed to know.
About your cock?
Well, cock ethics, really.
I see. Yeah, this isn't cock biology. This is cock ethics. It's a different school
That's
of thought.
cockology.
Yeah, that's right.
The study of cock. The ethics of cock.
All right. It's not close.
Okay, hold on. Here's a real guess then. It's the ethics of voting.
I see where you're going with that.
I'm trying to use my root words from etymology.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
All right? This is something that we've had our whole lives.
Wayne, cocks.
No?
Oh, well then I'm tossed.
All right. The real definition, cacoëthes, is an irresistible urge to do something inadvisable.
That's what we should rename our podcast to.
It's a really good word.
That's really tight.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think it's cacoëthes that leads to the greatest stories and living the best life.
Hey, man, I could agree with that.
Yeah.
How long are we gonna talk like this?
The southern accent just pulls you in and it does not let go. It's like Venom to Spider-Man.
Oh my goodness!
I try to
gravy
rip it off
almighty.
and then the next sentence is right back.
It just keeps on coming.
All right, I'm gonna try
All
right now. Okay.
Hey, everybody.
Standard American English.
I am from California, dude.
Merriam-Webster, bro.
Oh, Newport Beach.
All right, so thanks for joining us for thanks for joining us for old. I can't fucking speak in a
It's
surfer
okay.
accent. Thanks for joining us for Old English Etymology time. It's all over.
It's done.
What was your favorite word? Frobly-Mobly, Fudgel, Groak, and Cacoëthes.
I like Frobly-Mobly was way up there.
Yeah.
And Fudgel?
Yeah.
Fudgel was really cool too.
They're
It
all usable.
It gave words to my life. All those were usable.
Yeah. My favorite's Cacoëthes. That's something it's back. The accent. I would consider getting that tattooed.
Yeah, I think really quick, if you are able to sneak any of these words into your everyday English this week, you become
are
a lucky listener of the week. You've earned it. That one's taskable. You can earn it yourself. Make sure you keep a tally at home of how many weeks you've had lucky listener, and we'll find out eventually who's had the most.
Yeah. And if you use all 4 this week, then you become the ultra lucky listener.
Ultra.
I don't know what that means, but it's cool.
It's really big.
Yeah.
You can also write that down on your tally marks, because that one doesn't come out often.
Put it in your little journal.
I'd call my parents and say, hey, Mom, you're not going to believe it. I'm the ultra lucky listener.
Have you been watching that podcast again? You got to stop.
Watching that podcast, not only am I watching it, I'm supporting it on Patreon. My name's in the credits.
Honey, there's no children allowed. Get the fuck out of there. You're 14.
What? No, shit.
Yeah.
And then they have to go home.
Now wash the dishes.
Damn. You know, I'm going to break the fourth wall really quick and just say drinking a 40 out of a bowl via spoon is not as tasty as I really was hoping.
I've had the opposite experience.
Really?
Yeah, this to me, it's like experiencing s'mores for the first time after your whole life you've only eaten graham crackers and then marshmallows separately.
Damn, that's true. That's true. It's like when I found out you could have a cheeseburger. I had my first cheeseburger only a couple years ago. I like patties of meat, I like bread, and I like cheese. You can put it all together for one delicious, delectable treat. Only found out recently, if you guys haven't had a cheeseburger, you gotta give it a go.
It's kind of like when the Power Rangers, who are all individually awesome, come together to form the Megazord.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy shit, that's a cheeseburger.
It gets pretty damned crazy. Now, speaking of crazy, I think we should play a little game here. You want to play a little guessing game?
Love to.
Let's bring it back to a classic. It's time for Backyard Guess
Guess
Who?
Guess who? Guess who?
All right, now today's Guess Who is a fun little game in which you get to guess a person that everybody should know. You can play along at home, and I'll give a clue at a time, and then you get a guess after each clue. Are you ready?
Perfect, let's go.
This person's rumored IQ is 147,
Really high.
which is very high. Qualifies as a genius.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Good guess. Good guess. I will bring it back to the olden days and say, in this person's beginning of life, they played the piano and sang in church choir.
Mozart.
Close, close. Now let me bring it out a little bit. This person was on trial for voluntary manslaughter in 1995.
Jeez. O.J. Simpson?
No.
Okay.
Good guess, good guess. This person is a author that includes several books to their repertoire, including an autobiography and some other stuff.
Autobiography and other
An
stuff.
autobiography. They've already written an autobiography.
Oh, I know who this is.
Who do we got?
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, you got it! You
That's-
actually nailed it!
That's awesome.
It's because they wrote the book The Dogfather, The Times, Trials, and Hardcore Truths of Snoop Dogg.
Wow.
My last fun fact was that in 2005, Snoop Dogg founded the Snoop Youth Football League for kids in South Los Angeles to give them a chance to get on the field and play a game that everybody loves.
Talk about a turnaround. Talk
What
about a come up.
What a dude!
He took the Robert Downey Jr. routine to the max.
He killed it.
Because I would say now he's world famous. He's a role model. He just got paid $500,000 a day to announce at the Olympics.
A day. And let me say, I think he earned it. The Snoop Dogg analytics at the desk were always good.
But this guy actually used to be a shitter. A real shitty guy.
A killer.
A killer and a legitimate pimp. He's been married to his wife for like 30 years, but he's been faithful for exactly 0 of those years.
Now he's just a cute guy.
Now he's a cutie pie, but god damn does he have
A history.
a history.
And this is the history episode, so I guess that's the right guy to pick.
Yeah.
Snoop D-O-double-G.
What a guy.
I really enjoyed at the Olympics, he was referring to himself as Tony Lisa, the twin brother of Mona Lisa. And I think that's true.
Remember when he rebranded like briefly to Snoop
Snoop
Lion?
Lion, that was his cool Rastafarian era.
He's trying to like really adopt Rasta culture, and they were like, "Nah, we're good.
Eh.
We're
And he's
not
like,
having it."
All right, I'm back. Snoop Dogg it is, everybody.
Woo! What's up, Martha Stewart?
It was really exciting. And now one of my favorite things is he streams on Twitch. And he just plays Madden NFL constantly. And one time he got so mad at his Madden game that he just put the controller down and said, "This is fucking bullshit," and walked out of the room, didn't turn the stream off for like 12 to 24 hours, and everyone just sat there looking at an empty room being like, Snoop? Snoop?
Wow.
And he didn't come back. Also, if you haven't seen it, I would definitely recommend watching the compilation of Snoop Dogg getting mad at EA Online Sports on YouTube. It's a large compilation of Snoop Dogg going on Instagram and be like, "Come on, EA Sports, get your servers together. I'm trying to play. What the fuck? Keep it going." And there's like at least 5 of them over the course of time where he's getting mad at EA Sports for not being online. And you gotta check that shit out. Bill Gates, get this shit together. It's really good.
You gotta imagine tech support was like, "Oh boy, we
shit,
gotta
the dog.
escalate this to Bill."
Yeah, the dog's here. Send it to Bill.
But actually, imagine receiving that complaint and being like, it's just a bunch of like Karens and like random people, and then you hear Snoop Dogg come on.
It's really funny.
Are you taking his complaints more seriously?
Come on, EA.
Probably.
We just trying to play.
Probably. It really is a pay to win life. Mm-hmm. All right. It's time to get real deep into the history.
Oh, we're about to deep dive. Will you bring it into a little bit of a story time historically for us?
I would love to.
Oh, man. Sit around, grab yourself a beverage, and
Yeah.
let's hear a little story.
Yeah. So this story is about being gay.
Whoa! I love that one. Is that my autobiography?
Absolutely not. This is about people who used to live a couple thousand years ago. I don't think that was you. This is about the ancient Greeks.
Oh, yeah. They knew how to party.
Yep. So how much do you know about ancient Greece and being gay?
Oh, they were really like no social constructs. Let's have a blast.
Mm-hmm.
Let's guys on dudes, girls on dudes, girls on girls, girls on guys, girls on whoever, guys on whoever. It's a freaking party, my guy.
Yeah, that's not entirely wrong. It's
Fuck
also
yeah.
not entirely right.
Fuck no.
It's they were a lot more open. They didn't really have a definition for gay or straight. What they did have was penetrator and penetrated.
Ooh.
So it mattered a lot more. It didn't matter if you're a guy and a girl or whatever. It just mattered if you were the one getting fucked or if you're the top or the bottom.
Top or bottom.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Now, they did have sort of norms around who's a penetrator, who's a penetrated, especially when it comes to what we would consider now to be homosexual intercourse, which is, it would typically be, and this is a little wild, but this is the ancient times, it's a different time, it would typically be an older man with a prepubescent boy.
Ah, that's yucky, yikes.
It's tough.
That's
It's tough.
tough.
But it was
That's bad.
It was a give and take scenario. So what you had was the older man was called an Erastes, and his responsibility was to educate and protect and to love and to be a role model for what was called his Eromenos, which
Ew.
is the young boy.
Oh,
In return, the young boy gives him youth and beauty and promise.
I hate this story. This was going so well.
This is culture. This is ancient culture,
This
man.
was going so good.
But this, I mean, by our definition, this is totally wrong and fucked up. But by theirs, this just made nothing but sense. You're a mentor to this person, and in return, like, you're a sugar daddy.
Spooky hours.
Yeah.
Those Greeks were freaks.
They were, but they were, I think, very ahead of their time sexually when it comes to what we call today gay sex.
I like to just call it sex.
Yeah, that's true. And last note on what you had said earlier is it was actually less common for there to be lesbian sex.
What?
Yeah, which is strange. We just don't have as much of a record about women having sex as we do about men having sex.
That's bullshit.
It is bullshit.
I think because they weren't writing stories about ladies in general.
There were.
Oh, I was really hoping we'd see we're unearthing Pompeii. There's dicks and butts. There's clits on clits. That's what I really was praying for.
Yeah, there's a lot of dicks and butts.
I really was hoping for that. But can we get some adults on adults action? What the hell?
Yeah, that was a thing. It just wasn't as common.
Woo!
However, it was extremely common in the topic that I want to get to, the real topic at hand, which is the Sacred Band of Thebes.
Okay, who's that? Is that like a band? Like a rock band?
No, this is an elite ancient Greek military unit that were composed of all gay couples.
Whoa. Now, I hear the word sacred. Is it referring to any sort of religious affiliation?
Not that I know of.
It's just cool as hell that everybody was on the queer spectrum.
Exactly.
That is cool as hell.
Yeah.
I can't lie. That's hard.
Yeah. So this unit, at the time, and when I say at the time, I mean, I believe 370 BC, roughly.
Before Christ?
Yep. They were the most elite fighting force possibly in the world. They were incredible. In fact, I think
the Power Rangers.
the gay ancient Greek Power Rangers.
That's really cool.
Except even more, because the Power Rangers, I think, were defeated at some point. The Sacred Band of Thebes were never defeated in their entire run.
No shot.
Until 338 BC.
Oh.
And then in 338, they were actually all killed to the last man.
Fucking bullshit.
From 378 BC to 338 BC, undefeated.
That's a really good record.
And
That's a really good record.
it was actually, they were taken down by none other than Alexander the Great himself.
Alexander the Great really gave it to him?
He really gave it to him.
Damn.
Yeah.
I really, I think I hate that guy now.
He was, I don't know, I mean,
I think he was Alexander not that great.
he was pretty awesome.
I think
But-
he was Alexander the piece of shit.
All right.
Personally.
What do you have to back that up?
He fucked up the gay Power Rangers of Egypt, which is not cool with me.
Of Egypt.
Didn't you say Egypt?
Of Greece.
Greece.
Yeah. In fact,
Sorry.
So the gay Power Rangers of ancient Greece were actually the first to defeat the Spartans in battle.
Okay, so the guys from 300?
Yeah, they defeated the Spartans
This is
multiple
Sparta!
times.
And then they fucking killed them all. That's cool as shit.
Pretty sick, right?
That's cool. I can't lie.
Yeah. But now, why do you think they were so effective?
They're training. They came in trained and ready to go.
Okay.
They're Russell Tusslers.
They are Russell Tusslers. But really what made them so effective was the fact itself that they were lovers. So really, if you think about it, when you're fighting in a medieval battle, it's terrifying, right?
Any battle.
Yeah, any battle. But in particular, if you have 1,000 guys with weapons charging at you, and all you have yourself is a sword or whatever, and the guys next to you, then you're going to be very inclined to run, to be cowardly, whatever.
That's true.
But if you're in front of your homies,
Oh, yeah.
you're going to be a little braver, fight a little harder. But if you're in front of your lover, you're going to fight the hardest you possibly can.
That's true as hell.
And that's literally what happened. These guys would just fight so much harder than everybody else. They were literally never defeated.
That's a really good point.
It's incredible.
I also think about often in medieval battle how they really couldn't see very well because they only had little tiny spots for their eyes to look through in that metal helmet.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's got to be a big disadvantage as well.
Last thing to wrap this up
Got it.
is in ancient Greece, you were considered a boy until you could grow a full beard.
I'm still a boy.
I'm probably still a boy too.
Yeah, my beard only gets half full. But
Yeah.
some people would say it's half empty. I'm more of a half full kind of guy.
Yeah. So we're looking for our Greek sugar daddy.
I'm not. All right, everybody, now it's time for the most dangerous segment we ever play. It's called Conspiracy with a Beer in Me.
conspiracy with ABI.
Man, the mosquitoes are out.
That's why I wore pants today. I haven't worn long pants in a long time. Okie dokie, this one's pretty wild. We're about to jump into a segment called Conspiracy with the Beer and Me, in which I will explain a full conspiracy, which may or may not be fully or not fully true, while I finish a full beer. It's like Burial Cart for cool lying. But I challenge you today. Is today's conspiracy a conspiracy or just the cold, hard facts, baby? And that's what we're going to discover. Speaking of cold, hard facts, this is about the McDonald's ice cream machine.
Which oftentimes is not very cold, but is very hard.
That is absolutely true. Hard to maintain, hard to keep repaired, and hard to keep open 24 hours a day. Today, we're going to talk about the ice cream machine that McDonald's uses across the nation and why it mysteriously seems to be closed constantly. You ever pull up to the McDonald's at 3 in the morning, all you're craving is some hot French fries and maybe an ice cream cone. But then you get that unfortunate message through the little speaker box that says, our ice cream machine is currently down. Heartbreaking, just night ruining,
Yep.
Despicably disgusting.
Yep.
And, you know, I've always been like, oh, it's gotta just be like a fluke. But what if I told you the McDonald's ice cream machine somewhat coincides with the concept of planned obsolescence? Now, planned obsolescence, for those unaware, is the concept of making something that is eventually going to fall apart for the purpose of being able to sell another one. This goes back historically to things like light bulbs, cars, any type of object that you really are trying to sell at least a couple a year. Now, what if I told you this McDonald's ice cream machine that seems to go on the haywire quite often is sold to all and every McDonald's franchise from one company, this company known as the Taylor Ice Cream Machine Company. They are the person that provides the ice cream machine that you know and love from McDonald's ice cream. Now, what if I also told you, and this is where it gets a little saucy, the only company in the world ever qualified to repair the Taylor ice cream machine is the Taylor Company. Now, coincidence? Mistake? Or done on purpose? The Taylor ice cream machine that the McDonald's company uses is a machine that goes down constantly and frequently. However, the actual owners of the franchises of the McDonald's are not able to repair it themselves or hire a third-party repair person because the Taylor Company is the only company that had a certain device that could really make it work in the way that it needed to again. Thus, leading to the Taylor Company's 25% of annual revenue comes from repairs and replacement of broken parts from machines that are already out within the McDonald's ecosystem. 25% of your business income being based on a product you sold having faulty issues is a little suspicious.
Yep.
Now, here's where it gets a little bit crazier. Fast forward a little bit of time, a company comes through called the Kitsch Company. Kitsch decides to provide a quick and easy product that I would like to describe as being similar to a Game Shark for your Game Boy. When you plug in the Game Shark for your Game Boy, you can get that Charizard, you can get that Blastoise easy, you can hack your games, you can get in the system, you can do what you need to do. Now, the Kitsch machine actually connected to the Taylor Ice Cream Machine Company's machine in the McDonald's buildings, and this small box sold by Kitsch would tell you exactly what was wrong with the machine and how to fix it. McDonald's finds out about this, and they're upset because they actually have a partnership with the Taylor Company. They banned the Kitsch machine from every and all McDonald's organization, which was saving franchisees significant amounts of money in repair costs. However, McDonald's banned it by saying that this machine, not only is it going to expel company secrets to the public, which is dangerous for our brand and image, but two, it could do things like make the machine go haywire and rip your hands off. So they threatened that these Kitsch machines could make the machine go so wild enough that you would get physically hurt by the ice cream machine. So the McDonald's company comes through and bans all Kitsch devices from McDonald's locations, thus putting them out of business because that was the only thing they were there to fix. Wildly, after McDonald's had banned the Kitsch Company's machine, interesting, the Taylor Company makes their own. Very similar, does the exact same thing. However, you still have to buy it from the Taylor Company. And most of the time, it still ends in needing the Taylor Company for repair or parts or something along those lines. Kitsch actually sued them for making the exact same type of device that they had created in the first place, only to lose, which is quite a bummer. Now, this really comes into modern times when we talk about things like the right to repair law. Should you be able to get your iPhone repaired at a mom and pop shop, or do you have to go to the Apple store? Now, right to repair is becoming a thing that's been more increasingly popular amongst consumers as they want to take their product to just a regular repairman rather than the main company. This is such an issue with the McDonald's ice cream machine that the FTC is actually getting involved and looking into the issue of potentially monopolizing repairs within a company that creates a faulty product in the first place. Kind of wild. Some people think it's just an ice cream machine, but to me, it's an iceberg machine, and I'm trying to take a peek onto that iceberg because I think there's more to the story than just the ice cream is down.
I would agree. This is an extremely suspicious practice by the Taylor Company, by McDonald's. It is interesting that in recent years, McDonald's stopped requiring that all of their franchisees use this Taylor Company's product.
True.
But a lot of them still do.
They still choose to use the Taylor Machine Company. I mean, it is the classic we all grew up with, and it is a McDonald's classic original, and no other company can use that exact machine.
Yeah. But no, this machine is definitely engineered to be a piece of shit. This machine takes 4 hours to clean, and it has to be cleaned every single day.
Every single day?
4 of every 24 hours is guaranteed to be down, and the process to clean this machine is long and complicated.
I think it's 11 different steps.
Yeah, and if you fuck it up, you just have to restart.
Or call the company for repair.
The error codes that it gives you when something is wrong are difficult to understand, and nobody can really do anything about it except for the Taylor Company fucking repair people.
And that's where it gets sticky.
Yeah, so this is definitely a smelly situation. There's something going on here, and it's pretty clear that the Taylor Company is profiting from it. I don't really understand McDonald's stake in the game, but look, I'm not a business fucking person. I don't even know the name of a businessman.
It could potentially go back to the history of this being the original ice cream machine that was installed within the company way back in the day. So a historic type of brothership, partnership type thing. But at the end of the day, how is McDonald's profiting off of their franchisees losing more? Good question. I bring to you a piece of history that I love a ton. Let's talk about the Centennial Light. The Centennial light bulb is a light bulb that has been on continuously with small gaps at a firehouse in California that was started in 1901. So this light bulb was lit in 1901 and still has the power to freaking go. It hasn't blown out, it hasn't had repairs, it hasn't had help. There has been moments when the lights has turned off for a quick moment due to power surges and things along those lines, but it's always started back up again and been the same functional bulb that's been going since 1901. Now, this is pretty crazy because you think, why can't we make light bulbs like that anymore? We have better technology now. We understand what's going on. We have the ability to do so. Why don't we do it? So the light bulb companies really realized that if they do not band together and create something that they call the Thebes cartel, a group of electric companies that control the entirety of production for electricity within the United States, they realize that if they don't put regulations on their bulbs, they're going to not be able to sell many of them as they will just last forever. So, the Thebes cartel gets together and decides that light bulbs are not allowed to last for more than 1,000 hours.
Wow.
And that you need to now create your light bulb to be something that will fall apart over the course of time. That way you can sell another one, not just for you, but for the sake of the light bulb industry in general. It was not just one evil machine like the Taylor Company for ice cream. It is all of the light bulbs getting together under a name known as the Thebes cartel. Now, Thebes, for those who are not etymology experts, is actually the Latin and Greek root for the word bright. So it's the Bright group, and they had the bright idea of making these light bulbs extinguish. Light bulbs, idea? Turn off that light bulb. We gotta sell more of them. That is one of the earliest points of history in which we have fully documented planned obsolescence is very much a thing. In modern times, we have that same issue with electronics, things like the Apple iPhone, which was proven in class action lawsuit to be made to fall apart over the course of time so you can get a new one. Anyways, planned obsolescence is a crazy thing, and let me just say, this podcast is not planned to go obsolete ever. But this beer in a bowl, it's gotta go, because the flies are flying around it. It's a little scary at this point, and this is conspiracy with a beer in me.
You gotta finish that beer.
I gotta finish this bad boy.
Yeah, the flies this whole time, I've noticed, are starting to swarm our beers. It's evening, or it's dawn. Dusk. So all the flies, all the mosquitoes, they're out and about, and they love our beer. Mm-hmm. I also learned yesterday.
Yes.
Slugs love beer.
Slugs love beer. I'm a slug. You're a slug.
Yeah, we're all slimers in this life.
Oh.
But yeah, no, really, if you just put a bowl of beer on the ground, all the slugs come to it and just go in and drown.
Me too. I don't blame them. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for letting me ramble on about the ice cream machine at McDonald's and then talk about the Centennial bulb. Things that I love a lot. And yeah, that's conspiracy with a beer in me.
That was a good one, man. I think planned obsolescence is evil, 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 shady corporate bullshit. And I think that McDonald's... Oh, your spoon fell in again.
That's okay.
I think that McDonald's is absolutely guilty of
Guilty.
this. However, light bulbs? I'm sus. I think that, okay, you're right. Maybe this one company, what's it called?
The Thebes cartel.
Okay, yeah. don't get all hoity-toity.
The Thebes cartel. I feel like I'm currently, for audio listeners, stirring my spoon in my beer bowl with a pinky up saying, the Thebes cartel.
Yeah, so maybe they were doing something shady years ago. But now we have LED bulbs that last a decade. And we have companies across the world manufacturing light bulbs. And don't you think that if they had a better product that would last longer, they would sell more of them? So they have an incentive to make this only works when everyone agrees to make the product shitty.
And that's why the Thebes cartel had to come together, because there were actual punishments for having your light bulbs last longer than the allotted time.
Was it like
you got in trouble?
A spanking?
I think it was a spanking and maybe a fine, a financial spanking.
Oh, your lights are too good. Come here. Come here, Daddy-o.
Give me a good old whoop.
Yeah. All right. Interesting.
And that's Conspiracy with Beer Me.
All right. We just took a second. I sold my chair, and there's now a loud bird in the background.
That's a cool bird, though.
And my ankles are itchy.
Ooh, that's what happens if you don't wear socks and shoes in this jungle.
You don't have any bites?
I probably have a lot, and I'll discover them tomorrow.
Mañana.
I think the best time to discover mosquito bites is the next day.
The day is almost over here. The sun's going down. And this episode's almost over, too. We have one final subject for today, and that's another historical one.
Ooh, another story time?
Another story time.
Oh!
This is about something called the House of Colleoni.
Ooh.
What do you think when I say Colleoni?
Really good pasta.
Where is that? In
Italy.
The world? You're right.
And we're going to get some really good pasta. The House of Colleoni is a 5-star Michelin restaurant.
It's not that.
Oh.
It's not that. It's a noble family.
Well.
From the north of Italy. And a place called Bergamo. This is medieval Italy.
Bergamo? That's made up.
Bergamo.
Okay, I believe it.
So why is this noble family known?
Why? I don't know.
Why are we talking about them today?
Because they make really good pasta.
Stop with the pasta.
Okay.
That's a stereotype. We don't do that here. They're famous because of balls.
Whoa.
Not
okay,
one,
please.
not two, but 3 testicles.
You can have 3 of them?
In fact, you can.
Okay, I have 2 crazy ones, but I would much rather trade my crazy for 1/3.
Yeah. So the most notable member of this family was named Bartolomeo Colleoni. And it's theorized that he suffered from something called polyorchidism, which means that he had 3 nuts.
3 meatballs!
And so he was so proud of this fact that he made his family crest pairs of testicles. So if I were to describe this coat of arms visually, it's 2 pairs of white testicles on a red field above 1 red pair on a white field.
That's pretty crazy.
Pretty fucking cool.
That's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
It's like how, what's the guy who shot himself in the face with his toe?
Oh, Hemingway.
Hemingway. It's like how Ernest Hemingway has a house in the Florida Keys where he has a ton of kitty cats that have an extra toe on their finger. Mm-hmm. 5-toed cats. 6-toed cats, really. 6-toed cats.
Yep. And
Ernest Hemingway has a house with 6-toed cats. Extra toes, extra balls. This is exciting.
It is. Yeah. Now, this is an interesting play on words. Possibly. So maybe he had polyorchidism, which means he physically had 3 nuts. Or maybe this is a play on words. Because they say that heraldry, or the people who create the coats of arms and mottos for families and shit, it's a really corny sort of dad joke style practice. And so there are all these little like stupid puns throughout the field. This might be one of them because the Latin word for testicle is coleus, which is very, very close to Colleoni. All we know is that this is on his like grave, and this was his coat of arms at his like noble house, is pairs of nuts.
This make me think, like, what's going on my grave? Because I think they should cut these bad boys off and put them over the grave like, what's it called?
Mistletoe?
Mistletoe, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I've been pretty proud of my balls throughout my lifetime, but this is the first time in maybe my existence that I have a quite huge case of balls envy.
Yeah, ball envy, it can strike at any moment. You're satisfied 1 second, all you have to see is that sweaty, gleaming, golden pair of nuts that makes you say, this is who she told me not to worry about.
I'm gazing into those crystal balls, and all I see is me wishing I had 1 extra.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate. I think that my 2 balls are quite adequate, but add a third, and it's GG's everybody else.
Yeah. And you have to imagine that the buck doesn't stop at 3.
No!
There's
Give me
someone
4.
on this planet
Give me
with
5.
4 balls. If you have 4 balls or more,
You're the lucky listener of the week.
you're the lucky listener.
So if you're conjoined twins, do you have 2 sacks? I guess it depends on the day.
Yeah.
Do you think if you're conjoined twins and one of you gets horny, you both get a boner?
Yeah. Wait, how do you masturbate? If
With
you
a
masturbate
pal?
with your right hand, it's your homie jacking you. If you masturbate with your left hand, you're masturbating.
Whoa. I don't want to think about that anymore.
That is really fascinating. Can one sibling be a virgin and the other one not be? Like, if you're with a conjoined twin, are you by definition polygamous?
That's up to God.
I don't think God has any say in that.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess this is a interesting thing to think about. I guess it comes down to the person who is a conjoined twin, how they identify. Are they considering themselves one person or 2 people?
I think typically you're 2 different people.
You're 2 different people.
If you have 2 heads and you have 2 different sets of thoughts going on in the same body,
You got 2 thoughts going on. You got 2 cocks going on. You could run a crazy train.
they don't have 2 cocks. It's not like
They
they have
might.
2 of everything.
They might.
They don't.
They could.
Okay, Tom.
No, they could. If they have 2 heads, they can have 2 penis heads.
They don't. That's not how it works.
could.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to Google this, and it's going to be a mistake.
Do conjoined twins have 2 cocks?
Phone.
Okay. If one of the twins...
Jamie, look that up. Do conjoined twins have 2 cocks?
Well, we've talked about our twins. We've talked about our balls. We've talked about gay ancient Greek fighters.
I love all of these topics.
But we're going to wrap it up with a fun little game called Axe Throwing.
Axe Throwing 30th Anniversary Edition. Hooray!
And after we throw the axe, we're doing something even more special and even more sick, which is we're going to destroy this desk.
It's going to get obliterated. If you're not watching on YouTube, feel free to check out the YouTube. It's about to get obliterated. It'll also be on TikTok, Instagram, any platform that has video. So please check that out. Please post it up. Please reshare. We're trying to climb.
Yep. Don't change the channel because we're about to get crazy.
Don't change the channel because we have an axe.
And it's a big axe. Can you describe this axe for the audio listeners?
For the audio listeners, I would say this axe is 12 apples tall and 4 apples heavy at least.
That makes this axe is about 2.5 Hello Kitties tall.
That's true.
And it's heavy. And let me just say, she chopped.
Donovan just slammed the axe into the ground, and I felt Texas's first earthquake.
Should I throw it?
Yes.
All
I'm going
right.
to finish this beer that's in a bowl right now, and you throw the axe.
2. And watch your head.
I need a chaser. That tastes terrible. You got to chase beer with the real beer, which is Coors Light.
Okay, awesome.
That beer sucked ass. Here we go.
You get 1 chop.
All right, here's the thing about wood chopping. Most people that wood chop are professional lumberjacks. Me, I'm an amateur, but I am what I would call the Harlem Globetrotter of axe chopping. And that looks like this.
Don't chop your feet. Don't chop your feet.
Get fucked.
Hey,
Oh, I
finish
missed it.
You missed the stick.
Well, I guess this Coors Light's going down the gullet because this Harlem Globetrotter of axe chopping couldn't make the basket.
He's not from Harlem. He doesn't trot the globe, and he for sure can't swing an axe. So good night, Coors Light.
And good night, Daddy. I'm taking a nap after this one.
It ain't easy making these.
It ain't easy being 30 and flirty.
No, and I am not flirty. I am 30 and I'm dirty.
Dirty. We're real dirty. I'll tell you that. That ain't
Yep.
changing.
Absolutely not.
Here's a very special part of the episode in which this gets a little rough. If you ever watch Mythbusters where they just explode shit for fun, that's kind of what we're doing. This desk right here on the table is a desk that I've been streaming with for 3 or 4 plus years, and we've been podcasting on since the beginning. But Donovan is moving to Europe, and he has a new desk for me, a stand-up sit-down. This desk is absolutely destroyed. It has some League of Legends slammer marks in it. It's dented. It's broken. There are no reusable parts besides the feet, the legs for it, which we might reuse, but the rest of it is just obliterated. So we're going to officially obliterate it in a ceremonial happy episode 30. We've been 30 episodes deep, and to the next 30 type of fashion. So we're going to each take a crack at slamming this desk with a big axe, and may the best axe slammer win. I do want to point out there is a vape cartridge that is permanently ingrained in this desk like a fossil in the La Brea tar pits.
Mm-hmm. This desk is truly disgusting.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yep.
For video listeners, I'll give you an overhead view. Caw-caw! This is the desk I've been using for a long damn fucking diddly time.
All right, now, like we're breaking a bottle of champagne against a new yacht, would you like to take the first swing at this bad bitch?
Oh, I'd be honored.
Swing, bro.
This desk was found in our house, and it was a last resort for me, and it became my first resort. But now it's resorted to getting smashed. It's time for a new stand-up sit-down for my boy Donovan. This has been the Last Two Brain Cells trusty, dusty, 30-episode desk. But today, I gotta say, bye-bye. You wanna give me a little countdown?
Yeah. Tres, dos, uno, smash.
Oh my God, it went right through the desk. Holy shit, I took the axe through the desk. It did not fold, it did not bend, but the axe went directly through the entirety of it. So
Bro,
far, your turn.
If you did not swing that at the center, that came right between your feet. You almost chopped your fucking foot off.
Anything for the pod.
That's gnarly.
Be careful now, this thing's crazy.
All right, now should I finish this swing so it cuts in half or hit somewhere
What's
else?
the most dramatic visually?
Probably smash it right here, and then
All
you
right.
can finish the smash.
You wanna make sure you don't hit the chair?
I'm gonna hit the chair.
I'm gonna move the chair to its very edge
Why?
so it doesn't clink back up at you.
That's fine.
All right, here we go.
I want to hit the chair.
Hell yeah, cool. All right, take two. Donovan is taking a swing. He's fixing it for himself. I love it. Oh, shit.
Wow!
Wow, you used the backside of the axe, too.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to cut the chair.
That's tight. All right, here we go. You want to see my magic trick?
Let's see it.
This is my special trick. This one's called the toss.
Uh-oh, don't toss too far, bro.
A one, a two.
Oh, my God.
That was close.
All right, wait, I want to try a toss.
You do a toss. You do it. I'm going to get out of the way.
I'll try
I'm going to
this
get out of the
way.
way. I'm going to get out of the way.
All right, one.
Get in the camera. Get in the camera so I can see you.
Nah.
Come on now. Wipe it off. You can do it.
All right, you ready? This
Yep.
one's going in for sure. Uh-oh. That's all right.
That was scary.
It's all right. This is dangerous.
All right, I got it. All right, this one's called the underhand.
Whoa!
That's pretty cool. Yeah, do something cool.
This one's called the I got an axe built in. It's called a karate chop.
Holy.
Ah!
WWE.
Oh!
Yeah.
Ow!
Swing of friendship.
yeah!
Yeah. This one's called Red Rover, Red Rover. Send your boy right over. Pretty cool.
Now imagine that's the last thing you ever see on the battlefield.
Damn right.
Wow, this is so cool. You can just toss it on.
Yeah.
Why is it moldy underneath? What is all this bullshit?
That's let me look at it. That's mold.
That's mold.
That's mold.
All right, watch this. Stay clear.
Uh-oh, my
This
toes.
one's called the Apollo 11.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh,
This
yeah.
one's called Apollo number 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's 17.
Not bad. This one's called the King Kong. Oh!
That's cool.
Oh!
That's so cool. And this one is called, hey, thanks for watching the last two brain cells and supporting on patreon.com/L2BC. If you're a lucky listener, a slammer, or a cum lord, this chop is for you. Hi-ya! This has been a great episode of Last Two Brain Cells. I appreciate y'all coming in and hanging out with us for a 30th anniversary special. We'll be seeing you on episode 31. Until then, take care of yourselves. But until next time, this has been the Last Two Brain Cells podcast. God bless you. Take care of yourself.
Yeah. Bye-bye now.
This is the Last Two Brain Cells podcast. If you don't subscribe, we're gonna have to get real jobs. I don't want to do that.
Sorry, neighbors.
I hope it doesn't rain tonight.